Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all. Best Drew Struzan Poster.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it.
You know what?
You're right. We got this.
Oh, Hal, I am very excited today, my friend.
Me too. I have compliments loaded up, but I'm going to allow you to do the intro first. I don't want to jump the gun.
Oh, good. We have our special guest today on We Got This with Mark and Hal is a man I have traveled the entire world with, going on adventures. It is, of course, the co-creator and showrunner of what's the name of the show again? Blood and Treasure. That's right. Steven Scaia is here. How are you, my friend?
Fellas, huge fan, long time, first time, honored to be here.
Dude, it's so fun having you here.
Yeah.
And by the way, you picked a banger for my episode.
No, friend, you picked a banger because you're the one that introduced me. At least, I don't know how, you probably knew him already. I was not familiar with Drew Struzan before you said, I mean, I was familiar with him. I didn't know that I was.
Right.
When we were doing Blood and Treasure, and your vision for that show was always a very classic, you called it a Touchstone VHS show, which
Yes.
I loved. And I love that description of Blood and Treasure because well, you describe how you would describe Blood and Treasure.
I mean, to me, the way I would describe it is, it's a Drew Struzan poster come to life. And I know that is not how that's not how it works. But for us, it was always, to me, a Drew Struzan poster is both functional in that it gives you all the details you need for the movie you are going to watch. It tells you the genre, the characters, gives you a couple set pieces, but it is also the promise of a effing good time. No matter how good or bad the movie is, it makes awesome movies more awesome, and it makes truly terrible movies seem awesome. And when we get to my list, because we're doing posters, we're not doing movies. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
we're doing posters.
And those posters, they do yeoman's work. Like, a lot of hard work making horny 80s sex comedies seem like less problematic and very important films.
Yeah.
And so to me, Blood and Treasure was always, the manifestation of that. And so even when we were sort of talking to CBS about how are we going to advertise the show, I was like, guys, it's really simple. And they did not do that.
Yeah.
Well, they should have listened to you. Here's why. I'm going to give you the compliments I've loaded up. Number one, they all fall under this. The parent is, I think you are the smartest showrunner creator in Hollywood, and I will tell you why. Number one, the number one overarching reason is that you put Mark Gagliardi on television regularly, which
I caught a stray.
Nobody figured that out. What a great idea that is. No, you're the bullet in the chamber. The other is you're the only person to put us on screen together working as a team. So those are the two smartest things anybody in this town could do. But also, I think your insight into Drew Struzan is really smart. Posters give you a vibe of the movie you're going to see. Like, you have an emotion from it of exactly what it is, whether it's comedy or drama or action. It gives all of that with his
100%. And so much so that when I was a kid, I loved those movies. I loved the posters, but I also have devoted my life to living a life worthy of a Drew Struzan poster, where there's a little tiny Mark Gagliardi in the corner giving the Mark Gagliardi look. Do you know what I mean? Like
in the mountain of heads, as they call it.
Yeah.
Yes. And, Mark, you and I, we have been on some crazy real life adventures. We have gotten drunk in some very strange places. And I feel like that is the metric by which adventure is measured. And to me, it is the idea of, how would you describe it? It's like, I would draw it like a Drew Struzan poster.
Yeah.
It's not one thing. It's a bunch of things that are all coming together to look like one cohesive thing, but it's like, no, that's a truck and that's Yoda's head. And you know what I mean? Like all of that stuff comes together to give you exactly what you need to know for that movie. And oftentimes better than the movie.
many times better than the movie. I love that you can even say, I want to live my life such that I could have a Drew Struzan poster of it. That alone tells me something that you value, which is that sense of adventure and ensemble and surprise and fun. And I think that that's one thing that really shines in the best of his work.
Yeah.
If I may, I have a way that I would like to approach this that I think will be a good time. We have all gotten each other's lists of the Drew Struzan posters that are our personal picks. I have it broken down a little bit. At the end, I would love to talk about the ones that only one of us had on our list. We can talk about some of those choices and why we threw those on there. And then I would also like to talk about some that two of us had on our lists. But there is only one poster that all three of us had on our lists of what we think is the best Drew Struzan poster. And I'm curious why everybody put this on their list. And that is The Thing. We know the poster for The Thing. All three of us had The Thing on our list of Drew Struzan posters. For those who are listening to this and not seeing it, it is that iconic image from below of a man in a parka whose face is a bright light shining from it and broken shards of glass behind him. Incidentally, that was made overnight. And do you know this story?
No.
Nope.
This poster was made. He was given the assignment. We need you to make a movie poster for us. We need it tomorrow. He said, okay, what is it? Usually take a week or more. They said, okay, what is it? He said, it's The Thing, like that 1950s movie. And he said, got it. That was all he got. And the next day he gave them that. He didn't get a script. He didn't get photographs.
Wait, but how did he know Parka in like ice?
It was a remake of a 50s movie. I guess the original 50s movie was also in the snow.
Strong.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, to do that overnight, Scaia, as our guest, why did you have this on your list?
So for me, it's the anomaly. It's like I was talking about. So many of his posters are multiple images, characters, set pieces, vibe. This is one thing. And it makes sense because it is The Thing. And it is, to me, everything you need to know, but also very simple because it is just one dude with a light face. And I don't know what that means. And I like it because as a little kid, if I saw a poster, it was too scary. I didn't want to see the movie. And if I saw a poster and it was boring, I didn't want to see the movie. But for The Thing, it was just the right amount of curious, but not scary. Because I do feel like that is like he perfectly captured the tone of The Thing. Because it's not a slasher movie. It's not Saw. It's not even 10 Little Indians. It's more interesting than that. It's somewhere in between. And I feel like the poster is like, it's like a great improv game. If you're saying he had a night to do it, it's like, that's all you get. And it's like, it's one thing because it is The Thing, singular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was called The Things, then he could do a Drew Struzan style montage.
Also, if I may do an aside to the president of show business, we called dibs. The three of us called dibs on making that movie, The Things.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. Yeah. It's in development
IP,
right now.
guys. Yeah.
TM. Yeah, there is something that it puts you off balance, which is what all the humans are in that movie. They don't know what's going on. Everybody's paranoid, but it also that light. We turn into moths when you see it. You're just sort of drawn to what is going on there. I see the snow. Is that a person? Is that a monster? Is it an alien? You don't know. And it makes you want to go see that movie, which I don't know that a ton of people did. I feel like it wasn't it's become more of a cult classic than a huge hit.
Yeah.
But it's not because of the poster that the movie didn't do well. Probably just audiences weren't ready for it. Like Tron.
They weren't ready for that monster in that thing. I'll tell you that much.
And it's also not a moment that's in the movie. You know what I mean? It's also not, I'm going to watch the movie and I'm going to draw a couple bits and pieces from the movie. It is just this thing that has nothing to do with the movie that tells you everything you know about the movie.
Yeah. I think that's a great, for me, it was that story of the feat of doing it overnight with nothing. The fact that he created that straight up from nothing.
And Mark, as we have learned out in the jungles of Thailand or the sands of the Sahara, sometimes having the ability to do anything makes it worse. And when you've got no time and no money and someone's standing there on the corner with a watch, and whether he is Moroccan or Thai, it's like your clock's ticking. What are you guys going to do? You come up with something, and that's kind of sometimes the best stuff.
Can I tell you, watching you do that was a absolute highlight of making that show. Was watching you call audibles like Brett Favre running a 2-minute drill at the end of the game. You would, that one day, I think was our last day in Montreal, had pages of script, and you were like, we're out of time. Forget it. We're pulling a Claire de Lune. We're like, great. We all know what a Claire de Lune is. Let's pull a Claire de Lune.
And then, by the way, that's why we are brothers forever, because I did not need to explain the Claire de Lune to you. And also, you did not go, oh, from Ocean's 11. You knew that Ocean's 11 stole it from the right stuff. And we're like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're doing the Claire de Lune. All right. So let's now jump to some of the ones that more than one of us had on our list.
These are like, for the example, The Thing is on all of our lists. It's not my top 3. That's like a backup in case somebody has one of mine. Yeah. So we're talking about stuff we share, but we're not putting forward. We're not nominating.
Then. Let's call an audible right now. Let's call a Scaia. We're going to call it a Scaia.
Okay.
We're going to do a Claire de Lune then.
All right,
Why don't each one of us throw out, okay, where we leave one at a time.
Yeah. I'm very satisfied with what happened, and now I'm leaving.
So we're going to pull a Scaia audible right now. Let's each throw out our number one then. I want to hear everybody's number one choice for the best Drew Struzan poster and your best pitch for your number one choice. Again, let's start with our guest, Steven Scaia.
Always.
Guys, I got to tell you, it's really easy, and it is perhaps controversial. It is an Indiana Jones movie, but it is not Raiders. And it is not the poster from Last Crusade that everybody thinks of when they think of the Drew Struzan poster from Last Crusade. It is what I'm guessing is probably like it must be like a year before the movie comes out. Let's keep people psyched about this movie coming into theaters poster. And it is just, I will try to describe it. It is just a 2/3 up of Harrison Ford. He's got the whip. He's making a fist. He looks badass. He's given the Indiana Jones look. He's wearing the hat. And there's no action in it. There is nothing exploding. There is just what is probably the sun behind him. And I know the copy's doing a ton of work, but I had this poster on my wall as a kid. And then, Gags, I don't know if you remember, I had this poster on my wall in the offices of Blood and Treasure as well.
Yeah.
And the copy just says, the man with the hat is back, and this time he's bringing his dad. And it's like, guys, that's it. I'm done. Let's go. Let's do this. Why are we waiting until Memorial Day for this? I'm ready now.
The look on his face, too, in this picture. He's looking directly down the barrel of the camera. He's got that Harrison Ford smolder that Drew Struzan painted over 100 times.
Yes.
In illustrations.
And can I say, Gags, the reason why this poster is, I was going to swear, I'm not going to do it. This poster is really great. Is because I feel like the look he is giving me is, guys, this movie's f***ing cool.
Yes.
Just wait.
Yes. Yeah. This would have been the first poster that was out in theaters. So this had to be like 88, like this was out, and you were waiting for it to show up, and you're so
Harrison
excited
Ford
to
knows,
see it.
Drew Struzan knows, everybody knows but me. Guys, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, his relationship is directly with the audience.
Yes.
That is Harrison Ford breaking the fourth wall.
And also for the third Indiana Jones film, from a marketing perspective, you don't have to do a ton to get people into the theater. So this is like a great model. The Drew Struzan posters that some people may think of is the Mountain of Heads, is set pieces from the films. This is so restrained in that it is just him. Like, this is who you're coming to see. You don't get anything else other than his dad is coming. And then you're scanning and you're looking at maybe at this point they'd already announced it was Sean Connery, but like you're already excited just to see like this movie that I've dreamed about for, at this point, 4 years is happening. I have like another year to go. And I remember seeing that movie in the theater. I remember the experience of going to see it. And this poster brings back the anticipation before.
Well, wasn't that your first in theater Indiana Jones movie too? That, right? Like we're all of that era where that's the first time, right?
Temple of Doom was my first one, and then we watched Raiders on VHS. This was the first movie I saw in the theater without my parents. My best friend John and I were dropped off at the Baderwood Twin Cinemas in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, and we went and saw this movie, and it was
blew your mind.
Everything you could possibly want it to be.
And then they left it. It was perfect. They never made another Indiana Jones movie again.
That was
the trilogy is the best trilogy of all time.
That's right. They haven't made any other.
I love your timeline that both of you guys are in.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump, Hal, but I wanted to throw up because my number one was a different Indiana Jones poster.
Great.
So I'd love to talk about another Indiana Jones poster. And that is the one, he did not do the original Raiders of the Lost Ark poster. He came in for the second one and did, I believe, his best work, which is funny because I had this poster in book form. This was my first Indiana Jones movie that I was cognizant of was Temple of Doom. And this was the poster from Temple of Doom where it much in the same way, it's you get Harrison Ford in the hat as Indiana Jones, but he's not looking down straight at the audience saying this next movie is going to be amazing. In this, you've got all up the left side is all of the adventure that you're going to see in this movie. And this is the first PG-13 movie ever made. So is it going to be for kids? Is it going to be for grown-ups? This is Drew Struzan going, I know how to sell a movie that's going to be edgy to kids and a fun adventure for grown-ups. Here's, what would you call Mola Ram? This
cult leader.
High priest? Cult leader,
He's a cult leader.
You've got a cult leader holding a flaming heart. You've got Indiana Jones battling guards. And then on the other side, you've got the other good guy characters. But for me, it's the look that he's got in this poster specifically, because I look at it as the Last Crusade poster is the Mona Lisa and this is David. The look that he has on his face is the same look that Michelangelo's David has, that he is looking ready for whatever the adventure he is about to have. That's why, for me, this was the poster. And it does have that Drew Struzan extra flair of its Drew Struzan-ness, in that it does have him, but it also has the extra adventure pieces.
And I know exactly which one you're talking about. And I think what's cool about specifically all the Indiana Jones movie posters he did, but also kind of some of the other movies, like a lot of the Kurt Russell ones, is the look on the face of the hero is never like, oh no. It's always like, guys, we're going to have a good time. And when we get to some of the ones deeper in my list that maybe feature Sir Burt Reynolds, I think that is where that is pioneered, where it is like, hey guys, I think he's having a good time. Do you want to come have a good time with Burt Reynolds and all his friends? And the answer is I think I do.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. All right, Hal, what's your leadoff hitter?
I'm going to start not with the number one on my list for this, but my favorite movie of all time, just as I feel like a responsibility to have it. I still have a silk hanger from when this was released on VHS that was in a video store that hangs in Philadelphia. I've not yet brought it out here, and that is Back to the Future. It's so good. You could add even 2 and 3 because it continues to play on the theme and just more people are behind him also checking their watches in disbelief because somehow this is saying that when you travel to the past or the future, you check your watch to see what the year is, which doesn't, I don't think, happen in any of those films. But Michael J. Fox is your big star at the time. He's a huge draw having him there. The car is cool. You have the tire flame trails, but that look on his face where he's lifting the glasses and looking at his watch is anytime you go to a Comic-Con or somewhere where somebody's taking their picture with a DeLorean, you know to do that because that's the poster pose, and it's that.
And it never happened in the movie.
Never once.
Never happened in the movie. It's so great. Michael J. Fox, huge Drew Struzan fan. So he said that he was very excited about getting to work with him and having this poster, and that he still would get a kick out of, he would do the pose. Michael J. Fox would do the pose and be like,
that he never
I got
did.
to be it, that he never did in the movie, and be like, but he did in the the live Drew Struzan story that is on that poster. That's a whole story right there.
Yeah.
It is 100% on my list, and here's why. If you look at the poster, I don't know if anybody has it in front of them like I do right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, this poster's a mess. Like, there's a door to a DeLorean and flames, and I guess that's a car, but you can't tell. But your brain is just doing the math of like, well, that's clearly the DeLorean, obviously. What matters is it's Michael J. Fox looking cool at his watch, and that's all. And he builds room for copy and logos and the names of everybody and all that stuff. But like, truthfully, aside from that, Hal, what's going on here?
I mean,
right?
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
Yeah, even he looks like that. Like, it gives you the feeling of, when I go to see this movie, Michael J. Fox is going to be in trouble. He is not having fun traveling through time.
There is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a mess, though. Even like the background, there's the 2 twinkling lights. Are those stars? Is that related to the time travel?
Why is it so bright inside this time machine?
Oh, he was giving the thing a ride to a 7-Eleven to get some.
He's, by the way, I could do a whole other episode just about the lens flares of Drew, like the lighting effects of Drew Struzan.
Delightful.
Yeah.
I love the ground is a bit of a mess in this. That's I think this is an icon despite some of those things that are like, where's this? This car is not on the same road that is in the background of this image.
I feel like this poster would be ruined now by an executive being like, guys, it's a great place to start, but we really got to know where we are and what we're doing. And could you put a Hill Valley sign? And could you this? And could you explain? Could you show me the DeLorean logo? And could you tell me how time travel works in the poster? And it's like, no. Michael J. Fox is going to check his watch. Do you need anything else? It's Family Ties guy.
Think about how many things he had in that movie that he could have surrounded, like everything, the clock tower, Doc Brown, 1950s imagery.
You do not even know where back is. And you do not even know where future is. It is just Michael J. Fox looking at a watch.
Yeah. Oh, if the studio got all over this, he would have been on a skateboard jumping over it. It would have been like the big head version where he's getting very close to the lens and Biff is behind him covered in manure. It would have given away this one benefits from not having a lot of them, including I'm sure some that will come up later, having all that activity is a positive. Here, not having it is 100% the way to go. Although if this movie sucked, if it had been bad, do you think we would still be talking about this poster?
I do. And here's why.
Ooh.
Because there's some movies in my list that truly suck. But the poster is awesome. And I was bamboozled by the promise of Drew Struzan. Because I know that he's a guy and it's a job and I make the poster and it's not a seal of approval. But hey, when we get to Johnny Dangerously, it's that's a great poster. Oh, that should be an awesome movie.
That movie is not terrible.
All right, you know what? I'm not gonna spoil
my mother
the surprise,
insulted Johnny Dangerously once. You won't spoil what?
No, I'm saying there's truly terrible movies further down the line on my list, and the poster's still great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of further on down the line of your list, what do you have in the silver, standing on the number 2 on the podium, Scaia?
So for me, can I go a little off book?
Yeah.
It's not a movie poster per se, but it's still a Drew Struzan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my 2 non-movie favorites of his are, when I was a kid, there was a CD. I feel like it was John Williams and the Boston Pops doing the Spielberg movies John Williams did the scores for.
Mm-hmm. And
Drew Struzan did the art for the CD, and it's in my comprehensive PDF.
Yeah.
And it's it is stringing together in one image. It is Always, which by the way, super underrated Spielberg film. E.T., Empire of the Sun, Jaws, Indiana Jones, and the man himself, Spielberg, and the man of the man himself, John Williams. They're all in some amazing movie together. And guys, I want to see that movie.
I would love to see this movie that has Indiana Jones riding a horse, E.T. wearing a bathrobe and pointing the way, and Jaws leaping to action.
And baby Batman cheering in excitement.
Yeah. Can I guess what happened in this movie?
Sure.
Okay, so the ship from Close Encounters of the Third Kind landed in the forest where E.T. and all the other aliens were pulling samples from the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Not on purpose, set it on fire. So in comes the plane from Always to put it out.
Yeah.
Christian Bale's like, hey, I've been trapped down here with this soldier. We're all the people who are getting off at this UFO, but I'm really enjoying it. And then Jaws is like, what about me? I live in the water. I'm losing the thread. And then Indiana Jones is like, well, I came out of the sun like Doctor Strange. Somebody made a special sparkly circle for me. I think it was this Steven Spielberg guy. And then John Williams is like, look, I dress like Obi-Wan on the weekends.
You know what?
Hal,
I'll see it.
You are absolutely correct. Because, by the way, guys, look at the looks on Spielberg and Williams' faces. Those are 2 dudes who know they're looking at you and they're being like, this CD is dope as
Yeah.
They know. They're not worried. They're not upset. They probably never made those faces in their lives, but Drew Struzan's like, this is what these guys think when they hear this CD.
Yeah. Oh, y'all like movie music? Maybe you're going to like this.
Yeah. And then related, and then I will cede my time. Yeah. The next one is, I believe, art that he did for the DVD release of the trilogy of Indiana Jones, because they never made a movie after the third Indiana Jones movie.
Right.
Yeah. It is the same idea. It is Indiana Jones looking great, lights, him on a horse. He's always on a horse. And then my boys, GL and Double S, Stevie Spielberg, and they've got that same, they're leaning on a camera and they got that same look on their faces, which is like, guys, this fourth DVD of bonus material is dope as
Yep.
I'm sensing a pattern. It's whether the lead character or the filmmakers or heck, even the composer are like, guys, this is dope as
Yeah.
They know what's in there.
Yeah.
They know.
What other Drew Struzans did you have on the wall as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
I had that. So I had this, one of them in here. I had the classic Last Crusade with all the faces in the corners and all of that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Once it was like closer to release.
Yes. And I did have one of the Raiders posters.
Right on.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I mean, who had wall space? I shared a room with my brother and it was all wrestling posters. So I had to fight for wall space to hang up the things I cared about.
There's 4 walls. You didn't get 2 of them. Did you get the walls with the doors and the shelves?
Yeah, because I was the little brother.
You're the little brother, yeah. There's no room for your
fair.
stuff.
No.
Yeah. About the only thing you had space for was Garbage Pail Kids.
And a Mario Andretti poster.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. So I'm going to go with my number 2 on this. And I saw, Scaia, this was one that you also had. This is a classic Drew Struzan. Drew Struzan's done a lot of work for Star Wars. And done some iconic imagery for the series. But when George Lucas was ready to release the original 3 Star Wars films in special edition form, that is a beautiful glass you are holding from Empire Strikes Back. Is that from when the movie came out?
Yeah, it's the Burger King. It's the Burger King glass.
Fantastic.
Mark, you've seen that in my home. I have like full, we'll talk later.
You have the full, oh yeah, you guys have very...
You let people drink from that, Hal? Nobody touches that glass.
They're in storage now, but there was a time.
Oh. I miss my Happiness Hotel one. That's the one that I miss. Anyway, when the trilogy was going to be released in special edition form, they wanted a poster that represented all 3 movies. Drew Struzan says to George Lucas, look, this is the first time I've ever had the opportunity to make 3 movie posters at once. Why not go medieval and create a triptych? So maybe it's cheating. Maybe it's 3 movie posters, but the triptych that Drew Struzan created for the special edition Star Wars, it so perfectly fits together. You've got A New Hope on the left. You've got Return of the Jedi on the right, and smack dab in the middle is Darth Vader aimed directly at you. The perspective is a single point perspective for all 3 of the posters. And it's classic Drew Struzan style with great moments and characters from the movies surrounding the main characters from each of them. And I think that as a work of art is, if there were any Drew Struzan that now I would put up on my wall without, if I could get it without the lettering, any lettering on it, just those 3 images, I think that's my number 2.
I think that the thing that I appreciate most about it and why I included it as the triptych as well is because he doesn't reuse anything. Aside from X-Wings and TIE Fighters, which are, there's multiple versions of that. And there's, the idea of Luke and Darth Vader fighting in Jedi, but you don't see their faces. So that to me is like, that's a moment that's not characters. There's only one Millennium Falcon in all 3 of those images. There's one Han Solo. There's an Ewok.
I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
Yeah. He painted it like one image. And that's what I think is so great about it.
Yeah, I have very strong memories of them. I'm so tied to the original posters that I can't put them on the same level, but I appreciate the artwork of them. And I remember they take me back, like any great poster does for any movie, it takes you back to your experience of going to see them in the theater again, or some of them seeing them for the very first time.
Yep.
So they are beautiful. And I love that it looks like Chewie and Jabba are bros. Like they're hanging out together. Like that's their high school. They were on one of them was the star tight end. The other one was the star QB. And that was them hanging out in college or high school. It's in the yearbook of them together.
Perfect.
And if you told me he did not rewatch the movies and he'd seen them a couple times, whatever, and he just was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to paint the thing I remember from each thing. It's really specific. Like Star Wars has the twin suns, but there's no Death Star in Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like, there's no Death Star in any of these. It's about the characters. And the middle one is the darkest visually of all of them. And the last one is a different color because it's green like Endor than the first one, which is yellow like Tatooine. It's like masterclass.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The color theory in this is perfect.
Yeah.
This is making me rethink what my next one's going to be, but I think I have it. I'm going to put that one to the side because I know I get one more. I'm going to go with Big Trouble in Little China just because it's such a classic poster.
Yeah.
It gives you an idea of the chaos you're about to watch. It harkens back to a ton of different moments from the film. And also, as a big Kurt Russell fan, it captures his essence in this movie perfectly. So it maybe more than any other poster captures, like, you're got to watch this poster be animated in front of you by human beings on camera.
Yeah. The promise of that poster is bonkers, and the movie delivers.
To me, here's why it's on my list. Everything you just said, Hal, everything you just said, Mark, pound for pound, there is nothing in the, it's like this poster promises a thing. And then you watch the movie and you're like, yep, that was the poster.
Yeah.
There's
so much going on.
He never checked his watch in that movie. Everything. Including the look on his face where he is as pleased to be in this movie as I am to be watching it.
Yep.
Yeah. And he is looking at us. If there was something, Scaia, that Kurt Russell is saying to us as we are looking at this poster, what do you think it is?
So here's what I think he's saying. It's not what you expect. I think he's looking at us saying, guys, is this movie dope as
Oh, he's asking. Yeah, he's making you answer.
Look at his arms.
He's not deciding for you. He's asking the question.
Yeah.
Like, for him, Big Trouble in Little China?
No. That body, by the way, the body in that poster is Drew Struzan's body with Kurt Russell's head.
Yeah, you can tell. That is an artist's body.
That is the artist's body. And down in the corner, the Gracie Law. Is that her name in it? Gracie Law?
Yeah, I think so. Also
Kim
Drew
Cattrall?
Struzan.
Also, that was Drew Struzan's next door neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stu
How great is
Struzan?
that?
That's
yeah,
pretty
Stu
cool.
Struzan.
Stu
It just
Struzan
looks
actually.
just like him, but with a feminine body and a goatee.
Let's take a break.
Yes.
And then when we come back, we'll review our final picks. And then we will determine once and for all which of these incredible Drew Struzan posters is the best.
We'll be right back.
You know, we've been doing My Brother, Me for 15 years. And maybe you stopped listening for a while. Maybe you never listened. And you're probably assuming 3 white guys talking for 15 years. I know where this has ended up. But no, you would be wrong. We're as shocked as you are that we have not fallen into some sort of horrific scandal or just turned into a big crypto thing. Yeah, we don't even really know how crypto works.
The only NFTs I'm into are naughty, funny things, which is what we talk about on My Brother, and Me.
We serve it up every Monday for you if you're listening. And if not, we just leave it out back until it goes rotten. So check it out on Maximum Fun or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, we're over 70 episodes into our show, Let's Learn Everything. So let's do a quick progress check. Have we learnt about quantum physics?
Yes, episode 59.
We haven't learned about the history of gossip yet, have we?
Yes, we have. Same episode, actually.
Have we talked to Tom Scott about his love of roller coasters?
Episode 64.
So how close are we to learning everything?
Bad news. We still haven't learned everything yet.
We're ruined!
No, it's good news as well. There is still a lot to learn. Woo! I'm Dr. Ella Hubber.
I'm regular Tom Lum.
I'm Caroline Roper, and on Let's Learn Everything, we learn about science and a bit of everything else too.
And although we haven't learned everything yet, I've got a pretty good feeling about this next episode.
Join us every other Thursday on Maximum Fun.
All right, we're back. It's time for our final round robin, each of us giving our personal best Drew Struzan films. Once again, Scaia, it comes back to you.
Hold on. I want to go last because I've chosen a movie that I believe is very forgettable, but the poster is unforgettable. So I would like to defer. Till the end.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Pass.
Ooh, all right.
Oh, man.
First pass. You only get 2 per game. Hal, do you want to go or you want me to go?
You go. You go.
I'm going to sneak a couple honorable mentions in here just as I point something out, because there's something that Drew Struzan does that when he does it, it is more lifelike than the photograph. Jim Henson famously said, "You draw the Muppets the way that I see the Muppets." If you take a photograph of a Muppet, it's a puppet on a stick. But when you draw it, it's alive. It is a portrait of a Muppet. And the same goes for, this is how I'm sneaking another one in, the same goes for his drawings of E.T. If you look at E.T., a photograph of E.T. is a puppet on a stick. But if you look at what Drew Struzan did with E.T. as a whole, he didn't do the original poster, but he did a whole collection of artwork for E.T. Steven Spielberg had him draw E.T. so that he could put images in the trades to get people enticed about this. So all of that imagery, I was thinking about all of the images of puppets on sticks that Drew Struzan drew. And I loved the Muppet movie. I think the Muppet movie is a perfect one with Gone with the Wind and Kermit and Piggy. And then all of them riding together. And the Studebaker is amazing.
Yeah.
But the one that I'm going to throw out there as my final, because I think it is perfect, even though it was based on a photograph and not just a pure Drew Struzan design, is the Great Muppet Caper, where Fozzie, Gonzo, and Kermit are bursting through a newspaper. I don't know if it was a newspaper originally. It was paper. It might have just been a poster they were bursting through. But then I've seen versions with and without newsprint over the outside of it. I think ultimately it did have the newsprint on it.
Yeah.
But the reason that is so perfect to me is it's the Muppets at their Muppety best. Because, of course, the Muppets are going to rip through a movie poster. But the beauty of it, I think, is the way that it's drawn. I want to know the moment that came right before this and the moment that came right after this. Because if you look at it, Fozzie, Kermit, and Gonzo are just slightly ahead of Miss Piggy. They're just a little bit ahead. They're the ones that burst through this. You see London in the background. They're the ones that have burst through this poster.
Yeah.
Miss Piggy is coming up behind them and about to leap a motorcycle over it looks like her tire is touching Fozzie's head.
Yeah.
So the moment before this is hilarious to me. The moment right after this is hilarious to me. And the image itself is perfect.
They all got into a huge fight after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah. Fozzie got
Miss
upset.
Piggy messed up Fozzie's hat.
Yeah, Fozzie's like, you weren't supposed to get that close to my head. And then he ran off.
Yeah, storms off. But we
Yeah,
have more to do.
I'm done.
Hey, a poster. We were gonna have a poster.
Yeah, call my agent. They call his agent. It's Gonzo. We're just, that's it. We're just around and around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a really good poster.
That's my third choice, or my third pick is Great Muppet Caper.
Oh, man. I want to go off the wall for my final pick, but I can't. I have to go with an image that I remember most in newspaper ads. I remember being at the Somerton Springs Swim Club, which is where the kids from the Northeast got to go use a pool for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking with my parents that we were trying to figure out a movie to see. And I saw the ad for Goonies, which features Josh Brolin holding on to a stalactite. No, mite. Mite is the one at the ceiling because it might fall or whatever it is. The ones that go down. I think I have that right. And then all the Goonies in succession holding on to him and seemingly in great peril. And it terrified me to the point that I would not go see. I didn't see the Goonies until college because I was so terrified by that image. Of like, are they all going to fall and die? This is very frightening to me.
You have the Scaia rule. Don't see a movie whose poster makes you scared.
Yeah. It scared me. Didn't go see it.
Do not. Yep.
But it also matches the film so well. It has like that fun element of the map is in there. You see that they're in a cavern. You meet your characters. They all have their own personality. Josh Brolin's character is appropriately put upon to be there. So it's just another like classic piece. And I wouldn't feel right if I didn't put it up as a finalist.
I think it's a great choice because the poster itself is different than the movie in that Josh Brolin is not the star of that movie. I feel like it's Sean Astin.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But he did the math of like, well, it won't make sense if Sean Astin is the one, but also holding on to a stalagmite. You said mite?
I think it's
that
Mike.
is the right move. Yeah. And he does that thing where he captures everybody in that moment in character. To me, the same way Adventures in Babysitting as a similar poster doing nearly the same thing does as well. Just 100%. As well.
Another classic. I had it on my list. Another classic. But I had to go with Goonies. Yeah.
I think you're right. The thing is,
Googling now. I can see it. I can see him looking at it.
I am looking at it because I wanted to see who was on the bottom. Because you were like, look, it wouldn't make sense if Mikey is holding Brand. Mikey's much smaller than Brand. But you do have down at the very bottom is Martha Plimpton, who was one of the teenagers.
Yes.
So the sizes, it doesn't just go biggest to smallest.
Do we think that they did they like pull him aside and be like, look, the dreamboat of this movie is this guy, Josh Brolin. He is obviously, because he's the son of James Brolin, who is the dreamiest, obviously. So,
but
he's like, okay,
John Astin is dreamy.
Want. True.
I think it makes sense logically.
Yes.
What?
Oh.
Where do we get these?
Oh, people. Ken Plume has just informed us that there were multiple versions of the poster made. We're looking at the one with Josh Brolin at the top, which is the logical choice.
Yeah, life will never
each
be
of the
same.
characters. Like, I can't imagine with Sean Astin. I would assume that they all. Maybe I saw Sean Astin in the paper, and I just assumed they all died because there's no way you can hold them all up.
But here's the thing: it only works with Josh Brolin, and here's why: the look on everyone else's face is going to be absolute terror. The only semi-grown up in that movie is him, and someone at the front of that poster has got to be giving some version of a look that says, guys, say it with me.
Might it be? Oh, I was ready to say it. So
let's do it. Guys, this movie is dope. I know you see kids and like this guy who's not Joe Pantoliano, but we wish it was. We're all like in the background of this thing. But guys, trust me, I need a steady hand.
Yeah.
It's a great one. All right, Scaia, what's your third choice?
Thank you for indulging me.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
This movie is so bad that I didn't even remember the name correctly. I thought it was called In the Name of the Rose. It is just The Name of the Rose. And it is Sean Connery in a monastery solving a crime with F. Murray Abraham. And guys, don't get me wrong. F. Murray Abraham, if the ladies love anything, it's F. Murray Abraham, who has been 70. He has been 75 years old since he came out of the womb. But if we're all able to just take a quick look, all of us at home, just Google it, and you will find yourselves looking at a poster that looks very exciting. It's got an exciting location. It's got guys on horses. It's got a dude making out with a chick. It's got a weird looking young Ron Perlman.
Yeah. Oh,
is that who that is?
Shaved Ron Perlman looks like a burn victim in this drawing.
Yeah.
100%.
And also, I believe that's Dobby. That's old man Dobby from Harry Potter.
But here's the thing. Looking at it now, I see the secret message Drew Struzan is trying to send us.
What is that?
Look at Sean Connery's face.
You know, do you think that it is saying what we think
on his face? To me now, because you get seduced by all of the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
But look at that face. That is the look of a man who is saying, "Guys, trust me. This movie is not dope as Beware."
I dare you to watch this movie. Tell me it's dope as fuck to
really
my face.
Is.
Tell me.
He is telling us.
Sean Connery knows what movie.
Through Sean, 100%.
Also, first of all, 800th of all, you've got Christian Slater in the bottom right with who I assume is Valentina Vargas.
That's Christian Slater?
That's Christian Slater. And they look like they're doing they're recreating Franco Zeffirelli's Romeo and Juliet. Then right above them is F. Murray Abraham. Well, Efraim
but via
Abraham
Mad Magazine.
as Javier Bardem, as John Travolta, as the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh,
Like
man.
he's in so many disguises, he's fooled himself. Like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, he no longer remembers
Guys,
who he is.
I'm telling you, he's giving us the key, because if you go back and look at any of us, look at the Last Crusade one with Sean Connery in it. Sean Connery is giving us the appropriate look.
Right.
Yeah.
This one, you can just see him counting like, this is 40 mortgage payments that I can make on my home. And meanwhile, Uncle Fester's in the top right, looking like he sees a light bulb to put in his mouth, and he couldn't be more excited about it.
Oh, turns out it wasn't a light bulb. It was the thing sitting inside a DeLorean.
Oh, man.
To me, this is egregious. And here's why. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just saying, like, let's just be honest. This movie's terrible. And you're trying to convince me it's not. And then if you look at some of the other, like, of my, like, 50 selections, the Police Academy poster is like, I think this movie's terrible, but it looks like a lot of fun.
Yep.
And every single Burt Reynolds poster is some version of Burt Reynolds and a bunch of his famous friends all just hanging out, having a great time. And there's cars and girls trying to keep their skirts from blowing up, and like Dom DeLuise. And like, it is not overpromising. It is just promising. It is assuring you that it's like, do not worry. This is we know it's a Burt Reynolds movie.
And it is, Oh,
but this
Cannonball
one is
Run.
like,
This is, all right. So it's funny. I was able to write them all down, but now I'm like, what was it called? The Name of the Rose.
Yeah.
Not in the Name of the Rose,
Not
just
in
the name of the Rose.
Oh my gosh. All right. Before we do our final countdown, anybody want to throw any out there that are just personal favorites that you had on your own personal list?
So I had two.
Okay.
One, and I'm not mad at it. The poster for Cutthroat Island is cool.
Ooh,
It's
that
really
slaps.
cool.
Yeah.
And it's not in the one I sent you, but the copy on it is like, from the man who made Die Hard 2 and Cliffhanger. And it's just like cool people and pirate ships and skulls and crossbones and Matthew Modine and I guess Frank Langella. And I'm like, guys, I am from the Die Hard 2 Cliffhanger dude. I am in.
Yeah.
And I don't blame Drew Struzan. He drew the movie. The movie's but the movie is bad.
Yeah.
I didn't hate the movie. I know it's objectively bad.
But I think that's where the Johnny Dangerous argument is the same thing. It's like,
it's fine. But the poster's better than the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cutthroat Island. The first one Drew Struzan worked on with his son, who linked up the director and Drew.
Lou Struzan.
Yep. And the director of the film, he said, I want Drew Struzan to do this. He said, I think I can get him. And, the director told Drew Struzan, Drew Struzan said, what do you want? And he said, Indiana Jones. Just make me pirate Indiana Jones.
Try to make my movie look good.
Yeah. Make this look good. All right. Do you have any more on your, list of, just final ones you want to throw out there?
For me, the DC Cab poster is outstanding as well.
Because
it is Mr. T starring in a movie, and I still don't know what DC Cab is about. I watched it. It's just the poster is telling you Mr. T's going to rip the door off that cab, and you're going to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Mr. T saying in that picture right there?
He's the fool who doesn't think this movie's dope as Look at the picture. That's it. Guys.
Yeah. It's pretty great. That might be my favorite.
Isn't he in that movie for like 90 seconds too? He's like he's like barely in the movie, but he was Mr. T and a huge star at the time. So they were like, oh, let's throw him in here.
For sure. I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you the difference between DC Cab and Dr. Detroit. I think they're the same movie.
I never saw Dr. Detroit. Is that is that the other Mr. T movie besides this?
No,
and Rocky
Mr. T's not in that. I think it's Dan Aykroyd and
that's
Dan Aykroyd.
isn't it? And
that was the problem. They didn't put
future
Mr.
wife,
T in it.
Donna Dixon is in that movie as well.
Hal, you got any you want to throw out there?
I have three. I'll do real quick. One is An American Tale, oddly enough, which
on my
is
list.
Really great for those. Can't believe we have. I find it hard to believe we have people who listen who don't know that it's basically Don Bluth using Jewish mice to tell the story of immigrants in the late 19th and early 20th century to America.
Of the pogrom. Yeah.
The pogrom. Yeah. And if Fievel is walking off of the boat and in between the boots of other immigrants who are coming in. So it sets it like perfectly. You have the Statue of Liberty in the background and the thing is standing on top of it, just bursting light out of his face. And then just you immediately know where you are. You know what the time is, but you also know it's going to be a cute movie, which it was.
It is a hopeful Godfather 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Hopeful Godfather 2.
Also, that poster is amazing because you've got a totally different style in the form of the animation in the middle, and a movie that I would love to see, much like my beloved Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is animation mixed with live action. I love animation mixed with Drew Struzan realism.
Yeah.
It's a perfect poster.
Works really well. The second one is Hot Pursuit, which is a forgotten John Cusack movie, early John Cusack. But what's beautiful about it is the majority of the poster is a beautiful woman who is drinking out of a barbershop pole striped straw. And she's got the cherry red lipstick, the blonde hair is flowing, and she's holding binoculars. And she is looking through the binoculars at a harrowed John Cusack who looks like he's dressed like Rambo. And it there's just something about it that has drawn me in. I know the poster immediately. I have never seen the movie. And I feel like I never should, because there's no way it can even come close to a fraction of a % of what I get from this poster.
It's perfect. And John Cusack is also holding binoculars. So this is another one of those posters I really, he's holding binoculars. So
but not up.
I want to know the moment before this too, where John Cusack, it's that movie shot of binoculars. Except this time, as it pans across, the hot girl that you are looking at is also looking at you with binoculars. And he's just been caught in that moment.
Right. Oh, so you think he's lowering the binoculars? That's what I was wondering. Is he lowering them or raising them? You're saying he's lowering them. That makes sense.
I think he's lowering them.
He does look like he's been caught.
Yeah.
The third one is similar to Scaia's first pick, is a coming soon. Coming May 25th, 1983, to your galaxy. It is the Revenge of the Jedi poster with a red, it's got sort of red lit, like you're in a dark room, and you have Darth Vader in sort of 3/4 profile. And then the only image, I think, from any of his Star Wars posters that made it onto that triptych is Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker crossing lightsabers in the Emperor's throne room. It's just a really gets you excited to see that movie.
It's gorgeous.
I remember it well.
Yeah. Great.
When talking about that, he said, I love this one because I like combining opposites, and this is power plus beauty. So it's that's pretty cool that was his version of what that was. All right, I'm going to throw out a couple of, and I saw one of mine, Scaia, I saw on your list. You even mentioned one, but I'm going to go further. I'm going to go later down the line. I'm not going Police Academy 1. I am going Police Academy 4, where all of the characters from Police Academy are hanging out of a hot air balloon. That there's so many gags in this poster. Tackleberry is holding a flamethrower, which is burning a hole in the hot air balloon, which is, I assume, why they are all careening toward Earth. Everyone is hanging out of it. There's a policeman's hat falling out, and yet 3 of them don't have hats on, so I don't know whose hat it even is. I believe Commandant Lassard is trying to protect his fish in this one.
Always.
And Bobcat Goldthwait is hanging off of the bottom, as Zed, I think was his name in that. He's hanging off the bottom in a t-shirt and jeans with his cop badge just pinned to his t-shirt. Like he was wearing a little name tag at school. It's so funny and so stupid. And the other one is a single image one, and it is Harry and the Hendersons. It's just a suburban family looking through a Bigfoot-shaped hole in their front door.
It's pretty
So
good.
as evocative posters go, that was my favorite of those.
Strong. Both strong.
That first Police Academy poster, though, it looks like the Last Supper of comedy. They got all these crazy characters and they assembled them in different poses, even though there's 2 rows. But Citizens on Patrol is a pretty special. Police Academy 2, I also remember going to see in the theater. That was the first Police Academy. When you're born in 1977 and those 80s movies are coming out, you always see the second one in the theater first. If you're lucky, and then you have to go back.
All right. We have 9 choices. We will go round robin style and eliminate them one by one.
I guess I don't know how to pick. How do you pick from these? It's
well, we got to eliminate them one by one.
Did he do a Sophie's Choice poster? Because that's the one you picked.
He couldn't decide on the design, so they never made one.
All right, so we're going to go round robin style again, eliminating them one by one. Our top 9 are Last Crusade, Temple of Doom, both Indiana Jones movies, Back to the Future, maybe all 3, the John Williams soundtrack CD, the Star Wars triptych, Big Trouble in Little China, The Great Muppet Caper, The Name of the Rose, and Goonies. So, Hal, how do you want to do this?
I think the way this works is...
We always get this math wrong.
I think I can do this. Hold on, wait. Oh, yeah. I'll go first, then Scaia, then you.
Okay.
And we all eliminate
We're going to
one
eliminate,
as we go.
we're gonna
eliminate one
as we go.
And
Great.
wish it a fond farewell.
I'm going to start with The Name of the Rose. Although it's my personal favorite, I feel like there's just two. I did a play in college. It was like experimental play. Loved doing it. At the time, I thought it was very important work. And a woman ran out of the play going, too chaotic. And that is how I feel about that poster. There's too much. They're all in a different production of Noises Off. So I think I have to eliminate it for that reason.
It's fair.
All right, Scaia.
I'm going to eliminate the John Williams CD because that one, honestly, that's for me. Like, I'm like Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan. It's like, that didn't mean to be mass. It's not trying to sell you a movie ticket. You bought the CD. You get to pull out the thing and unfold it, and that's a little something.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I am going to eliminate, even though I love it, The Goonies. The Goonies is great. I think it's beautiful. It was pitched to him. That's just one of those knocks, and it's against it is that exact image was pitched to Drew Struzan, and he was kind of following orders on that one, even though it is absolutely beautiful. But I'm eliminating The Goonies. Hal, you're up.
I'm going to eliminate the Star Wars triptych. I feel like that's a controversial take, given that two of you had it on your list, but it just feels like it doesn't feel as iconic to me as some of these other ones that are still remaining.
Sure. Scaia.
I'm looking to see what's left. So we got Last Crusade, Temple of Doom, Back to the Future, Big Trouble in Little China, and Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to eliminate my own because that Last Crusade one is so specific. It doesn't, I don't think, show the like body of work in one image the way some of these other ones do.
You know what? Here's what I like about the way you eliminate. You don't eliminate them and get rid of them. You eliminate them and put them back in your trapper keeper to keep for you.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's very kind.
Because they're dope as
Yes, they are. All right. Then I am going to eliminate. I do love it. I think it's wonderful. It might be, dare I say, too busy. And that is Big Trouble in Little China. There is so much going on in that. It's great. There's a lot going on in it. I think, and by the way, we're splitting hairs at this point. All of these are epic, brilliant Drew Struzan works of art, but I got to eliminate Big Trouble in Little China.
That's fair. All right. So we have Temple of Doom, Back to the Future, and Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah.
I got to eliminate Great Muppet Caper. I love that poster, but I disagree with you, Mark. I think that Muppet movie poster is better.
Yeah.
I would eliminate that too if it was in this spot because I think Back to the Future and Temple of Doom are such heavy hitters in this space.
Yeah.
But I'm going to eliminate that. So Scaia, it's down to you.
Guys, I think it's super easy.
Yeah.
I love Back to the Future, but nothing pound for pound gives you what this movie is that you're about to experience better than Temple of Doom. And also, Temple of Doom was like the next movie. Everyone has seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, very different. But Temple of Doom had, different heroine. It had Short Round. It had Mola Ram. And it had to explain a lot to you in a poster. And it did a great job of doing that.
Yeah.
Wow. Can I say how impressive it is for the guests that we've had where we have done this same thing and put them on the hot seat to make the final determination? You are the most confident in terms of it's easy. Boom. I love that. That is fantastic. Yeah. And the right call.
With great power comes great responsibility.
That's right.
And also, objectively, it's got to be this. This is, I didn't want to mention this before, this is the poster that Drew Struzan said changed his career. This was the turning point of his career, was the Temple of Doom poster. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
you knew, our friend.
100%. Look, People of the World, Back to the Future is my favorite film of all time. But that poster, as great as it is, doesn't feel like it has all the elements of Drew Struzan's work, but it doesn't feel like a Drew Struzan poster the way that Temple of Doom does. When you look at those earlier things like, Stroker Ace and Cannonball Run, you get that element of a bunch of heads and moments from the movie, but he perfects it. It's like we're working our way up to what the Temple of Doom poster is.
Because it's the first, it's like the first one with the proscenium arch, which by the way, he uses in the name of the rose, not in the name of the rose. So great effect for a terrible movie. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So it was a peak. And then I assumed that was the next poster. And he was like, oh, maybe my career just ended. I don't know. Yeah. Or maybe I can make people think this is also Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones's dad hides as a monk.
Yeah. Does Indiana Jones have skinny Kingpin in it? If so, we'll just put him in the corner. Is he a monk? We don't know. We don't know what his deal is. We guess, but we can't even see enough to know. I'm off track though. The best Drew Struzan poster is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. If you're not in agreement, maybe you need to go take another look at it. Asked and answered.
Yeah. Steven Scaia, thank you for being here today.
Hold on. We're not going anywhere yet. I gotta ask. I'm gonna fire a question back at you. We talked a lot about the movies that were great and the movies he made better with his posters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want you guys to name for me a movie that would have been better or done better had Drew Struzan done the poster.
Ooh.
Oh, that is a really good.
All right.
Missed opportunities is what we're calling this round.
Okay. Give me a second to think about this. Missed opportunity.
I can toss a few out of my own.
Please.
We can talk about them. Now, for me, I feel like it's very similar, but I think they missed it. And had they gotten it right, the movie would have done better. The Rocketeer is the platonic ideal of like why did Drew Struzan not do the poster for this?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great one.
I get that's a Dave Stevens and it's a whole other thing and the guy was doing his own thing, but like the promise of the poster, the movie was great, but the poster didn't tell me everything I needed to know ahead of time.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Here's another couple questions for you. I'll just toss a few more out.
Okay.
Did Predator need a Drew Struzan poster?
Ooh. Predator doing a Drew Struzan poster that'd be a lot of fun. I wonder if he would do his style, if he would do a montage with all of the soldiers surrounding a Predator.
Right.
In some sort of
everybody around
proscenium.
And then the Predator there, but Schwarzenegger right in the middle with the gun with the thing underneath.
I also remember the Predator being a reveal in that movie where a lot of it is their first person view and you don't see them. So I think that's one where I don't know that it would have made it better. It might have.
Okay.
I have my pick for a movie that would have been made better and also would have done better had Drew Struzan done the poster for it. Because as we spoke about at the very beginning of this episode, this all happened when we were kids. And we had Drew Struzan posters up on our walls as kids that wanted to make stuff. And what kind of stuff did we want to make as kids? We wanted to make the classic kind of stuff. We wanted big Hollywood action adventure style stuff. So let's say we were a group of kids who wanted to make our own gangster movie. So we're going to make a gangster movie that's just us and all of our kid buddies. And instead of bullets, we're going to shoot marshmallows at each other via marshmallow guns. And it's going to be a musical. And the movie that I would choose, I would love to see a Drew Struzan style poster for Bugsy Malone.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Are you familiar with the movie Bugsy Malone?
Which one is you pointing at?
Who are you asking?
I'm pointing to both of you. You guys are familiar with the movie Bugsy Malone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure for those who don't know that movie, it's a bunch of kids playing gangsters and the little kingpin Don of the group is one of my favorite performances of all time. It's this little like 12-year-old kid going, "You tell me, you get him over here. It's perfect."
Honestly, the poster almost made Johnny Dangerously good. Imagine what could have done for a good movie because it was just Johnny Dangerously just as children.
Yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Hal, while you're thinking, Ken adds the man with one red shoe.
Yes, there you go.
Great Drew Struzan
There
poster.
are not, I was actually having this same thought, Ken, which is, why is Tom Hanks not on enough Drew Struzan posters? Now, Big didn't need his help. But a Drew Struzan big poster would have been outstanding.
It would have been great.
He looked great in the Green Mile poster.
Da Vinci Code would have been great.
I
mean, not
Da
that it
Vinci
needed
Code
the
is
help.
perfect.
A League of Their Own. Volunteers. Dragnet. Guys, I can keep going.
Come on.
And then, yes, there you go. You hit it, Ken. Joe versus the Volcano was my mic drop.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a movie that I like, that I feel like, I don't know if it would have been that big a hit. And I think the poster that they got was maybe trying to, it's drawn, but clearly not a Drew Struzan. That's Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. Which
maybe it would have continued.
Maybe it would have continued. I mean, it had a lot of cool stuff that I think if they had shown some of that, not Joel Grey, that's probably, you don't want to have that on the poster, but like a lot of moments from that film would have been really cool on a poster. And I think Drew Struzan would have gotten people excited about seeing it.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. I like that game.
Yeah. That's a great game.
Oh, a little bonus episode right there at the end, right?
Yeah.
Well, this topic is, before I say that,
Yeah.
Steven Scaia, this is what I was about to say. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you so much.
My true honor.
Man, you're the best.
Yeah, we have to have you
back. It's a delight to see you. What do you want to let people out in the world? What do you want to let the people of the world know?
Honestly, like, guys, let's just keep making cool gags. Hal, let's get out there back in the world again. Like, I'm working on a show right now. It's great, but, it's Chicago. We're not in Morocco or Tangier or the jungles of Thailand or in front of the Coliseum. That's it.
Let's go save the world a few more times.
It's like, yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
I love it. Well, this topic is closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us via email at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com or
find us on all the social media at We Got This Podcast, with the exception of Instagram, where we are at We Got This Show. Come hang out in the Facebook group if you must, but come to the Discord. That's where it's all happening. bit.ly/WGT Discord. Yeah, that's where all the good stuff's happening. Our YouTube channel is also great. We're doing these live streams. They're on there. You can look at a picture of our faces while you listen to an episode and imagine what it would be like if you could actually see us. And who knows, we may start uploading clips at some point. That could be happening, but the only way you're going to know is if you follow us in those places. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kilman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world, for giving us an opportunity to sit with Steven Scaia, obviously a master of this and a deep, deep well of all knowledge of all things dope as So we couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't do it without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows
supported directly
by you.